you, Amrish, for joining us. We had a lovely panel on AI and how the risks coming out of it. What can be some of the major key takeaways for you?
I think one of the main takeaways is that currently companies need to be really careful in how AI is deployed in existing processes. There is no regulation around it, and AI is not developed enough to a stage where companies can ignore the risks associated with bad output. So to the extent AI is used in any touch point, be it a consumer-facing touch point or an internal process touch point, companies need to be really careful about how it is deployed and the results being cross-checked, because any liability arising out of it is to the company's account. So to that extent, we really need to make sure that it's used selectively and the results are cross-checked.
Good to know. When we talk about DPP bill, it provides exemption to state on the ground of national security. In your opinion, does this really bode well for the whole framework?
I know this is a very divisive topic. National security is very important, and I think any flag bearer of national security will have 100 examples to point to of crimes solved or incidents averted which would not have been possible without the help of security breaches. Similarly, I'm sure you'll find enough and more examples of flagrant security breaches or political infractions arising from misuse of data. I'm really not sure where I sit on that. It's a person-to-person viewpoint which will also change from issue to issue. There should be some safeguards, of course, for the government as well. No one should be allowed rampant use, but there will always need to be concern for security, national security, and for their ability to access data when they need it to stop incidents from happening.
We talked about very advanced technologies coming into play, and given the trends right now, we now get to listen to a lot of news, a lot of headlines of data breach all across the sectors. How do you look at the role of in-house counsels evolving? What are some of the trends you see there?
I think the lowest hanging fruit in that is compliance with all privacy laws. Nowadays, for example, many US states have their own compliance and privacy laws. Europe obviously has the GDPR. India has a new framework of data privacy and compliance. Same for many countries in Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand. They all have their data privacy act. So I think the first and the easiest thing to do is make sure that your operations comply with them to the extent you have substantive business operations in all of them. The second more progressive thing, I think, is that lawyers need to start looking at a periodic audit of their processes to make sure that your privacy and compliance policies are in line with what business is actually doing. So are you collecting any new form of data? Are you sharing the data with any new partner? Is there a new product that your company is launching which is using existing data sets in a manner that was not envisaged previously? Those are the sort of tricky questions which I think should keep lawyers awake at night and should cause lawyers to keep evaluating policies and business practices.
Will in future, in some time, AI will replace lawyers 50 years, 100 years down the line?
Not a lawyer like me.
Loved it. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us.